Hey guys, welcome to my What's for Dinner video / budget friendly and family friendly meal ideas. I haven't posted a What's for Dinner video in quite some time, but you guys have been highly requesting that they make a return to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you yummy recipes that we've been trying lately that are kid approved and budget friendly because groceries are expensive and life has been busier than ever. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be honest with you, there are a ton of pasta dishes in this recipe. However, pasta is super cheap, super comforting, super cozy. As we transition from winter to spring, it kept us warm and our bellies full. And if you are not a big pasta fan, no worries, but this video may not be the one for you. We are starting with a spinach and artichoke pasta. If you like spinach and artichoke dip, this is the pasta for you. However, do differently than I do and absolutely either get pre-chopped spinach or chop it up yourself. Do not put it in whole, otherwise you're going to have long spinach pieces that feel like you're eating noodles, and it is just not super great. Next time I will absolutely chop it up. I'm seasoning it with garlic powder, white pepper, and a little bit of garlic salt, and then later I'm going to go ahead and add in some lemon juice. I'm just getting that spinach wilted nice and down, and then I'm going to add in a can of artichoke hearts. I just drain them, chop them up into smaller little chunks, and pop them in, and so they get combined together with the spinach. I then go ahead and add a little bit of my starchy pasta water so it can help thicken up the sauce that we're creating, as well as add in a little bit of Greek yogurt, but you can go ahead and use sour cream or mayo. I think next time I may actually end up using a little bit of half Greek yogurt, half mayo, just because I like mayo in my spinach artichoke dip. I know it's to each his own, you know, some people love mayo, some people hate it, but I feel like it would just give it the flavor that I was just kind of missing. I feel like the Greek yogurt / sour cream can make it a little too tart, and I just want that like coziness, I don't know how else to describe it, of mayo. If you know, you know. I'm then adding some softened cream cheese that I just cut into chunks so that it melts a little bit easier. This is just going to thicken up the sauce as well as add a little bit more creaminess to it. I'm also going to add some Parmesan. However, next time I think I would add quite a bit more. It was just lacking that nutty saltiness that Parmesan is so delicious for, and I personally like a lot of Parmesan in my spinach and artichoke dip. I am then adding the last bit of liquids, which is some milk. I'm getting that all stirred together and combined, and then I'm going to hike the temperature up a little bit just so it can get nice and melty and bubbly. And then once it's all melted, I'm going to take our pasta noodles and just dump them in the pasta sauce and stir everything to combine it. Now, the recipe actually calls for you to pop this in a baking dish and cover it with some more cheese and put it in the oven, but we were already running quite a bit behind, so I didn't do that. I'm curious to know how the flavor and consistency would be if I did actually do that step, so next time I'm gonna try it. But this was still delicious despite not putting it in the oven. I topped mine with a little bit of red pepper flakes because I love a little bit of heat, and then we had it with just a basic Caesar salad. It was delicious, it was super comforting, and my girls really liked it, and they even ate the spinach without really realizing that it was spinach. So a win-win for me, and I highly recommend it. It was a crowd pleaser. Alright, this next recipe is the viral TikTok grinder sandwich. So the first things first is we are getting our slaw ingredients, the stuff that goes on top of the sandwich, all together. I'm taking a red onion, shredded lettuce, some mayo, banana peppers, although I would use peppercini because they're spicier, but they were out in the store. But if you don't like spicy, banana peppers, red wine vinegar, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, oregano, and a little bit of salt, mixing that all to combine it, and then I'm popping it in the fridge to chill. Next, we're going to get started on our subs. So I'm taking beautiful sub rolls that are nice and soft and fresh, cutting them in half, topping them with salami and ham from the deli. You can use whatever meats that you like. I didn't use the meats that it actually called for because these were the ones that we preferred. I am then topping it with also some sliced provolone cheese, popping that in the oven for a few minutes just to get it nice and melty and toasty. You can use the broiler, or you can, preheat to like 325 just to get it melty and toasty. Afterwards, we're going to top it with that beautiful steak tomato that we had, and put 2 slices on each side. And then you are going to use some freshly cracked black pepper to season that tomato with, and then put the slaw topping on top as well as the top of the bun. My husband loved these sandwiches. He thought that they were so delicious. I personally want to try it as a salad. I've also seen it done as a salad. I just think that I would prefer it to a sandwich. I think that it was just a little bit too wet for me, but the flavors were there, so I'm going to try a salad next time. But still delicious, still would recommend. Get why it's viral.
Alright, I have been like incredibly sick for like a month now, it feels like. And so my voice is like really not great, and it's why I'm so behind in my videos, but I wanted to share this with you because I saw this on TikTok, and it was a way to like escalate frozen pizza. So this does not look appetizing by any means, but I love having salad with pizza, and oftentimes I just want more of a salad than I want pizza. And so I've seen people just put a full-on salad on top of their, frozen cheapy pizza to like add a little bit of flavor, add some filling, get in their greens. So this is just a good old-fashioned Caesar salad. I meant to get the chopped version. I think that would be better, but what have you, we're just going with this one. So we just have basic DiGiorno or whatever, frozen cheese and pepperoni, and then I just put some Caesar salad on top, and then I'm just having some fruit on the side. But I know it doesn't look good, but I just thought this was a quick and easy, yummy dinner, and my husband is not impressed by it, but we are going to watch some Formula One Drive to Survive and enjoy our pizza for dinner.
Season 5!
It is 5:55. Please ignore my voice. I'm still really gosh darn sick, but I'm getting better. I've been kicked in the butt with this illness. Anyway, also, that's probably why you will still see Valentine's Day decorations up, because I haven't taken them down yet. I wanted to show you a real life dinner, as far as like, this is a pantry dinner. This is the bare bones basic of the basic, super cheap. There's no fluff here, but it is what we have on hand, so we're using it. It's actually about to start storming, potentially tornadoes. Welcome to Texas in the springtime. So I'm trying to hit it before, or get dinner done before, and all the dishes and everything clean before it hits. It's supposed to hit at around 7. So we're just having some medium shells, and with it we're using Campbell's tomato bisque soup. If you guys have never used tomato bisque soup for pasta sauce, you're missing out. It's actually really delicious. And then we'll just put some cheese on it, season everything up a little bit, doctor it up a little bit. It's great. Kids love this. Super easy, super cheap, and if you have fresh vegetables or meat or whatever, you can throw it in. We are working on bare bones right now. I will be having this Target salad to go with it. This is a sweet kale salad. I really like this one, but it goes out today, so I want to make sure we use it up before it turns bad. So we're gonna have that with probably some fruit and call it a night. We're just gonna boil the pasta noodles, shove in some sauce, season it up a little bit more, put some cheese on top, voila, dinner is served. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because this is just like a real basic dinner, nothing fancy, nothing super exciting, but it works if you're on a budget, if you have kids that are kind of finicky and you just want something easy, cleaning out pantries, having bare bones in the kitchen or bare bones stuff in your pantry, whatever, just pulling out some random stuff. We've tried it, and some things work perfectly and some things don't, but this one has been a winner with tomato bisque soup and pasta. So we're gonna go ahead and make that up, and that is what's for dinner tonight. I just wanted to share it with you because this is a real life dinner, no fluff.
a lot of times in the past, you guys have asked to see what my kids eat, and this is a version of one of their plates. We typically always give them vegetables, fruit, and then the main entree. Now we're moving on to yet another pasta dish. I am making kind of lasagna, but kind of not. So it's essentially my typical lasagna recipe, but we're doing it a little bit of an easier and quicker way, and I really liked this. So I'm just taking my ground turkey and I'm seasoning it with garlic powder and a little bit of the Badia complete seasoning. I think that's what it is. And I'm just going to brown that up, and then I'm going to take the browned turkey meat and put that to the side and adding in my chopped vegetables. I normally would use an onion as well, but it had gone bad and I didn't realize it. So I just have a chopped yellow bell pepper and a chopped red bell pepper. Sauteing that up in the leftover bits and crumblies and seasonings of the turkey with some garlic, salt, and then we're adding in our jarred pasta sauce. You can make homemade if you're you know, super intense. You do what you want to do. Use whatever pasta sauce you like, but I'm using a full jar and about a half of another one. I normally just use one jar, but this seemed very dense, so I needed to add a bit more liquids. I'm then seasoning / doctoring up that sauce with more garlic powder, Italian seasoning, white pepper, and I think that was it. I am then transferring just a tiny bit of that sauce to the bottom of my baking dish, just to kind of essentially grease it, and then we're going to go ahead and top it with our bow tie noodle pasta. I really liked this noodle for this dish because it's kind of like little mini pinched lasagna noodles, and it just held the weight of the sauce really well. And so we just put this all in the bottom instead of making a ton of layers, which for me always is like my least favorite thing about lasagna, of having to make them. And so we just popped them all at the bottom, spread it out, and then we are just layering it with that red sauce. And then my personal fave is to use cream cheese. You can use ricotta, but I love using cream cheese. It is what it is. Anyway, and I melt it, soften up that cream cheese, and inside of it I add shredded Parmesan, mix it up, and then we are going to put that topping right on top of this topping. So it adds the creaminess, but then you have the acidity and savoriness of the pasta sauce with the deliciousness of the noodles on the bottom. It was so good. We are then going to spread that cream cheese out, and we're going to top it with mozzarella. I used whatever mozzarella I had left on hand. It was not enough, but it did what it needed to do. And then normally I would also put some Parmesan, but I believe that we were out of Parmesan after I used it in the cream cheese. So it is okay. But then I just baked this until the cheese melted and it got nice and bubbly, and it was delicious. We had it with a Caesar salad because we have salads with almost every meal, and I love salads. And it was so good. I actually topped mine with some Tabasco and pepper because I like a lot of heat, but this was incredible. You don't have to call it lasagna if you don't want to, but I highly recommend this. It was so yummy. Alright, this next meal was made and so sweetly filmed by my husband. I normally do the cooking in the house, but I was super sick and not feeling great. We always, share chores and are equal partners in this house, but I do the cooking typically because he's not very comfortable with it, but he did a great job. And he is making the quote-unquote viral TikTok enchilada recipe. And so basically you just take frozen burritos. You can use whichever ones that you prefer. We use the bean and cheese ones. You pop it in a baking dish. You cover it with 2 cans of red enchilada sauce. We also use green chilies and sliced olives. I think that adding a can of corn as well as some beans would actually be even better on top with it. I feel like you can really elevate this and add a lot more flavor without adding a whole bunch to the price. We added the green chilies and olives on our section, but on our girls because they don't like those. So after we did that, we topped it with the Taco Bell Mexi Melt cheese. If you didn't know, Taco Bell makes cheeses. I get them at Walmart. They are so yummy. They come in a bunch of different flavors, but we use the Mexi Melt for whenever we make very faux Tex-Mex food. But they are delicious. And my husband is also making hamburger helper, which we have not had in literal years, but it was something that he was craving and wanted to have it on the side of this. So we're putting this in the oven. He's starting the hamburger helper, and then if you like to, occasionally indulge in some adult drinks. Brothers Bond whiskey is fantastic, and if you're a Vampire Diaries fan, we drink out of the bottle in this house. It is actually from Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley, who played Damon and Stefan. It is their whiskey that they've created together, and it is so gosh darn good. I highly would recommend it. We are big Vampire Diaries fans in this house, and we love to support them. So this is the cheesy enchilada from Hamburger Helper. It looked like vomit, I'm not gonna lie, but it tasted so, when it was cooking it looked bad, but when it was done, it was actually so good. Both of these things didn't look super delicious, but let me say he did a great job, and it actually ended up being really good. I would highly recommend making it. It pleased everyone in the house, kids included. If you like cheesy, very fake Mexican food, this is the recipe for you. Alright friends, that is it. I included the little video of us during the tornado because our power went out and we were just like sheltering in our room at the moment. The sirens had gone off, but we were having dinner and just hunkering down. But that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this met all your expectations, and I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things and definitely add a little bit more variety to our cooking. As always, the recipes that I've used, if I have one, will be linked down below for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.